Welcome back. We're here to cover the Divine Masculine update, and we are going to get into the energy. Now, do stay tuned. For those of you that don't know, we have been making some changes. A lot of these have taken a lot longer than I anticipated. But yes, especially based on the current transits and the things that are going to be coming up, it directly will be impacting me. So fun that. We will be doing updates via YouTube as well as through Sage Inner Circle Network. For those of you that don't know, we do have a new membership, and you can get all that information directly below where you can directly sign up to it. It will be open very soon. A lot of that was delayed last year. I'm going to try and wait for the eclipses to subside and Mercury retrograde, and then hopefully the pieces of the puzzle will be there. But definitely jump on board and go to the website. And via the website, we have a landing page, and that has the sign up information for you. Now, as to the Divine Masculine, this frequency directly is impacting them, and especially moving into this month. Don't forget to look through at the masculine, feminine, and the karmic. They generally are all out at the same time, and there will be some context based on that. As you ascend further into the journey, you can directly look at the karmic energy as our shadow side. Yes, it could be a 3D circumstance. It could be an emotion associated to a past situation, especially with these eclipses, the old versus the new. We are moving into some new kind of chapters, even though some of that 9 energy we're still moving through from last year, but those updates will be out today or tonight, wherever you are in the world. Now, let's take a look at the Divine Masculine. Now, the first thing I was noticing from their, and I was going to say zodiac sign, it's like, okay, some of you could be cross-referencing between their zodiac sign and looking what particularly around this time could be happening. And there could be a message in the bottle connected to that. So it could be relating to the zodiac sign, and they're like, you know what, I've just had an absolute enough. I need these changes, and it is going to hit us all individually. With these individuals, what I'm seeing is they're real. This is like everything getting very black and white. It's like, right, I can see, I can't BS this. Painting the roses red, it's almost like there's no ability to taint a situation in a different color. There's no ifs and buts about it. It is, something is what it is, and it's having the direct correlating exception of it. What else could I say? That could be because of the conjunction, where they're directly looking at a circumstance and they're saying, oh, good grief, this is what it is. Now, in their own identity, I also feel this is a deep revelation about a truth. And yes, this could be about themselves, about a circumstance, having to address something in the context of their life. Now, where they were, and I feel this has been building. I'm going to be honest with you. I feel a lot of these storylines were building from last year. And I'll give you a timeline at a base level, especially because I do guide the collective of those of you that are twin flames, that see the number synchronicities, that have all the rest of it. We're going to be covering that hopefully this year, connecting into the resources for your path. But what I do see, especially here, is we have these individuals, really looking at life at the minute. How could I explain it? It's like if there was something last year, okay, they're channeling better now. If there was something last year they were directly dealing with, okay, and they were unable to wrap that circumstance up. I do believe it was due to the transits. That's what they're showing me. I also feel some of those delays based on the North Node in Pisces, South Node in Virgo. We had Mercury retrograde. We're moving into the eclipse energy. We're having the introduction of the new nodal cycle. Like, what was actually happening and what they're showing me psychically is that it's like a T-section in the road. It's like, okay, we're stuck, and then bang, another road opens. And it's like information is coming through. And I feel unfinished business associated to last year is coming to a head, and they're going to have some clarity. So where they were in the dark about a circumstance, my view of this is past position, such a curious dream, and it's Neptune because Saturn's moved into position, Neptune's moved into position. So now within their own kind of frequency, they're like, oh shit, I have the information now. So it shreds it back where it's very precise. It's very realistic. It's like, oh, okay, so this could be information. This could be something that was very much hidden from them. They were really waiting for the information to come through to them. This could have been paperwork. It could have been, and I don't want to get too specific because this is, I can't say a general read. I'm not feeling that. I feel messages can be very cryptic. So you directly, if you have some correlating energy, A, within your own masculine energy, within your frequency, but B, within, say, you are directly speaking to this person or you are looking around at masculine energies around you, you're going to see this signature coming up. So whatever this is, it's like they're having the clarity. Now, we see in the heart of this circumstance, again, what they might not see initially is that this is going to bring the star card into row for them. And so it's almost like what seems like a negative ends up being a positive. And they do know this deep down. It's not something that how do I put it? It's going to take them to their star card into row. And it's like, I think initially it's the acceptance of what the info is. So, oh shit. But then it's like, and part of them, they were expecting this, but it was waiting for the clarity. Now, this could be a change of job. This could be information of the past. This could be severing ties with the situation, wrapping up an old cycle to do with family. Home. You will make it through this. Now, I'm getting the star card into row. We see the blue and the yellow, and again, the yellow connecting to inner child, family, home, children, work, employment. I'm seeing confidence, courage, information is coming in. Now, they're having to accept this. Okay, they're having to accept it. And they're grateful that they went through with this, okay? So, they know that they need to do this, especially from the creating energy. We've got the two cards here. They're looking so bloody similar. It's ridiculous. We've got the painting, the roses red, and the clarity is the crowning energy, which actually effectively is a moment of regret. Now, both of them are in reverse. So really following through, being in that Aries energy, addressing the issues that have been blocking them and holding them back. I do predict that for some of you, you may actually start, if you have not been in communication with these individuals, there's potentials because something is alleviating them from a previous entanglement. You may actually get gossip through the grapevine this month. You could get direct communication from these individuals in the context of this, and this is because something is changing in their life. Now, I do feel this is giving them a bit more confidence about how to address a cycle. Now, I'm kind of getting they could get a little bit paranoid. And look, it's almost like they are seeing a person for who they really are. And this may be that, and I'm hearing the term confrontation. This may be that the information that is given to them, A, they're not surprised. B, there could be a delay, especially for other parties' involvement. And I'm getting something to do with money here, okay? This other individual is not going to be happy. And there is they're saying, they're not even saying a T-section on the road. It is, but it's not. This is taking them out of a bad situation. It's taking them out of a bad situation to get out of Dodge, to get out of a circumstance that has been like a rat in a cage, that has felt as though it has never evolved and changed. And although they might have looked quite passive, especially by this individual here, we're looking at them and they're quite, they're quite lean. The vibration I get is almost very passive, giving in, just going with the flow. I'm not getting this here at all. That may be a poker face energy. They're actually projecting towards another individual. They may be looking in at themselves of how they used to be. Yes, there could be a spiritual test involved, but really psychically what I'm picking up is there's no going back. This is going to be the courage to move forward, the information, the details, the revelation of being free. It's a little bit like, I think there was some test done at one point about, psychology and being kept in a cage. And, sometimes with a bird that opened the cage and the bird wouldn't leave because its environment, its ecosystem was something that it was very familiar with. So it would not venture out. And this is kind of the feeling I get with this person. However, in this instance, I'm kind of looking at the outcome card going, okay, well, why the heck am I doing that? Am I crazy? Like, why am I not happy? We're going to go into clarifying because I directly feel in the context of this, I think there's more that's lying beneath the surface. Okay. So they're not, let's just be real. They're not regretting doing this. They've assessed that. That could be something they keep going back to in their mind. It's like, okay, well, I did want this to happen. So this is actually happening in a different way. It is liberating me. I know who I am as a person. I know what I want and I desire. So what is this holdup? The dream energy of them looking back to the past. Regardless, the way the situation was set up, it wasn't working. Okay. The way the circumstance was, things were delaying, things were taking so long, it wasn't working. It was affecting them. It was affecting their wealth. It was affecting how they operated. And so they knew they had to be cruel to be kind. I think that it's almost like the shock of the old gone and the space and the room. And I think they're just going to need a minute. And it's moving into this health. It's almost like I'm hearing infinity and almost like this revelation that they're going to be unlimited. And like, how do I explain it? Unlimited in the sense that there's infinite ways something can go and it causes concern. Now, I'm not getting this in a bad way. It's almost like, oh my God, I'm free. I can do this. I can do that. Where do I want to go? What should I do? And then there's a bit of a panic setting in. Something feels incredibly near. There is something nearest and dearest to them. They also, like I said, it's almost like there is the excitement, but there's also a little bit of time where they're needing to, and I can't say mourn. It is, but it's not. It's like just taking space to grasp that of what they knew was real is actually real. And for some of them, what that real situation was is bringing sadness because they're disappointed in other individuals. But it is avoiding more disaster. Okay, so that they're kind of accepting of. They're just in the thick of it and they're kind of feeling through that vibration. I see this woman and she's looking at, this is an emotional energy. No need to fear. It's like, oh God, okay, do I feel confident about my life moving forward? It's like they're looking out to the distance and, this is the new life. They know this, how do I put it? Again, I just get like a stunned mullet frequency. I just keep getting, and especially for those of you that are masculine, if that's something you've directly gone through, What I'm feeling is you just need to give yourself a minute. This is going to subside. You are going to be very happy. You are going to be grateful. You do have a plan. You know where you're going. You are tired of this old cycle. It wasn't working. It ended a long time ago. It's almost like taking out the trash, but the bin didn't turn up to put it in. So it was an old cycle that needed to be gone. But, over here in Australia, for instance, we'll have a public holiday and you have your service that comes to collect your rubbish. Sometimes on public holidays, it might be that they come earlier, it could be that they come later. And sometimes, especially say over Christmas or New Year's, there could have been staff members maybe that were off sick, and then you find the rubbish just sitting there. So you kind of like, okay, well, it's sitting out on the verge side waiting to be collected in the rubbish bin, and they're not turning up. So it's kind of sitting there in the heat, because we have heat during summer in the western parts of the country. This is what I'm getting for this individual. It's like, okay, well, you're going to come and collect this shit. We kind of need to, move on from here. So they've got this questioning mind. They're like, am I crazy? Like, why am I not happier? I just think it's because it was that delayed healing process. I would say give it 4 days. 4 days of a turnaround. I think that energy is going to settle. I do see the focus on divine feminine, right? But their guide's almost saying it's okay to take a minute for yourself, because the motivation, the excitement, the anticipation, the star card and tarot, the things that you can move towards, I think is all here in a very, very deep possibility. Your outcome card is actually, with Clarify, extremely positive, and it is directly showing me you're going to feel more yourself. You need to, move through these lunations. You're picking up an energy associated to the eclipses, and then you're going to be off on your path. We will check in with this energy next week to see what is coming up for them. And yes, we will be building the resources for your path. As I mentioned, these are all out simultaneously. If you ever go to the community tab, I've had a blog put up and I've stated the videos out, and it's not, just directly PM the channel and I will get on top of those ASAP. I am human, I do mess up. We also have been doing some changes via the website. So the functionality of it is a lot different, especially for those of you that book readings, webinars, events are going to be hosted on it. They will be soon starting to build up in there. I will be doing monthly guided meditations. A lot of the workshops, events, e-learning that I will host via the website, components of those things will be either completely free inside of Sage Inner Circle Network, a new membership site, or they will be discounted for those individuals. So it does actually pay to sign up to it. You can actually jump on to the website to sign up. And once it's open, like I said, I'm going to try and wait for the eclipses to subside and Mercury to go direct, and then find that optimum date for opening. But jump on board and grab it. And don't forget to look at the masculine, feminine, and the karmic. They come out weekly. And we will have new editions coming soon. Take care, and I'll see you on the other side.